When did I know that I didn't think the way other people did, or I wasn't understanding things the way other people did? Well, I knew it, or I thought that something was wrong, maybe 4 or 5 years old, but I really, really knew it the first day of first grade. I remember that my mom, she dropped me off. I got my hug and my kiss, and she told me, well, go ahead and go sit in your desk. It's going to be the one with your name on it. So I did. I went and I looked and I found my desk, and I thought it had my name on it. I remember practicing how to write my name, and I sat down and waited for class to begin. And about 2 minutes later, this little girl was like crying her eyes out, and like it wasn't my teacher, but it was like maybe another teacher or just some other adult. I remember it being like another tall person, came and she said, honey, this is her seat and you sat in her seat. And I didn't understand what was wrong, and I said, no, this one's mine, it says Jessie. And it didn't say Jessie, not at all. It didn't even have a J in the front. Like, I don't even understand like how her name was like Stacy, you know? So like I was thinking, I just practiced how to write Jessie. Like, I remember practicing it and thinking, I'm gonna find my name, and I just done it. So I knew from the first day of school that, oh crap, this reading thing is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. So basically, I continued to struggle with reading, and every other subject except for reading and writing and spelling was going okay, but my comprehension of that basic learning block was really not where it should have been. It was like below everyone else in my class, and second grade happened and I really wasn't progressing. And I remember what happened. This girl I used to play with, her name was Miss Holly. I used to call her Hollywood. She actually got sent, like she wasn't going to be allowed to go into third grade. She was going to have to stay into second grade. And at the end of second grade, it was looking like that might happen to me, but they went ahead and let me go into third grade. And what they discovered in third grade is I was like, it was getting to the point where you had to learn multiplication, and I just wasn't up to par. And my teacher had a meeting with my parents, to talk about it. Like, it might be time to either put her back a grade or she needs to go to tutoring or something because she's not progressing the way she needs to. So they got me this tutor lady, and it was me and I think 3 or 4 other students who went to her twice a week for half the day. So like, on Tuesday and Thursday, instead of going to normal class, we'd go into a separate class until lunchtime, and then after lunch we'd go to a regular class. And I remember this other class, it being kind of odd because it seemed like all she was doing was reviewing stuff I had already learned and knew and understood. But the fact is that everyone else was willing to like read out loud and I wasn't. And what she discovered is I was dyslexic. So really the problem was that it wasn't so much that I couldn't read or I couldn't sound out the words. The problem is that I don't think in words. Like, I think it's almost like I think in pictures. Like, I think of, like, the word water. I don't think water. I just see water. Like, I don't think in words. When I read books, for example, I actually don't hear the words while I read them. If that makes any sense. I think in pictures. So basically, the next, until I guess, I want to say that whole like first semester of third grade was spent with this tutor really drilling into me different ways to recognize what I was thinking, because I was saying she learned that I knew how to read, but I didn't know how to get what I thought and hear out the way it needed to be. So I guess part of the reason I'm making this video is I was talking to a girlfriend of mine from high school who her son has been diagnosed as dyslexic, and I guess she's really down in her spirit about it. She's very stressed out. She feels like, you know, her son, he said that he feels like he's stupid, and I used to feel that all the time, even though I know I'm not stupid. I always had subjects that I was better at than other students, but when it came to the reading part, it was just not cool. But after, we discovered what was wrong and we learned how to compensate for that, and I had teachers that knew what was wrong afterwards, who really were understanding and gave me a little bit more leadway in some areas and a little less leadway in other areas, and we kind of had like a partnership. So I wanted to let her know. I'm not gonna call you out and put your name out there or anything, but to let you know it does get better. And the fact of the matter is, it's a lot better to get diagnosed when you're 6, 7 years old than to go all the way into middle school and high school just not feeling smart, feeling dumb, and not understanding why you're making these mistakes, not understanding how to deal with these issues. I'm in college now, and all my professors know that I have a learning disability, and in spite of that learning disability, I'm still thriving. I'm still doing okay. I'm not doing as well in some aspects as some of my peers, but they give me a little bit extra time on tests and stuff like that, just because it takes me a little bit longer to make calculations, for example, or it takes me a little bit longer to understand how to, for example, paragraph questions take me a long time to write out. I tend to understand things. All around, but the actual individual details tend to elude me. But I just want to let you know, it really does get better. I know, right now you're feeling frustrated and you're feeling your son is going to be struggling for the rest of his life, and in some ways a little bit. But once you really get the hang of reading down, once it clicks, everything else starts to fall into place. And I just wanted to encourage you and lift you up and let you know that it's really okay. You don't have to worry about it. It does get better. I promise you that. If there's anything, I promise you that the truth is that you caught it early, and now is the time to really work on it and deal with it. And look at it this way. I'm both dyslexic and ADHD. It could be worse. It could be that kid who not only can't read, but also can't sit still, and is also obnoxious and constantly getting sent to the office and loud and won't behave and makes up excuses to go to the bathroom because she just can't stand to be sitting in one spot all day. So, hey, it could really, really be worse. And I just wanted to take this moment out and make you a little video and let you know I am thinking about you. I love you. It's gonna be okay. Don't trip about it. And also, if you are tripping about it, don't do that in front of your son, because the last thing kids can feel when we're stressed out about things. They can feel, and especially if it's about them, and you don't want to have him thinking that something is really quote unquote wrong with him. Just try to stay encouraged. It's not the end of the world. That's just what I wanted to say. Anyways, love you. You know who you are. Boop.